let's talk about the backpack. I have the defense schedule up. I have March 5th up. So for every panel, we're going to see two. Come April, it's going to be three. So we're going to ramp it up a little bit. We've went down to 7 panels from 8. We were a room short. And then freeing those people up will be helpful when we have people who are unavailable, absent, whatever. We've added a spot for district leadership and other panelists. I should have had this up. I want to pull it up real quick. So the district made it seem like it would be cool if we were inviting people outside of our school community to be panelists. So, of course, we're doing that. So we have this out in the world. Waggener High School's Backpack Defense Panelist Interest Form. We've already got, I think, 3 people. What's your last name? What's your first name? What do you do? And then just like, when do you want to come? Anyway, so now there's a spot for them. If you go over to the April schedules, again, you can see we're going to see 3 a day. And then over here, they can choose which day they come. So I just put little sections in there to flag which days you can expect them. I'll try to never put more than 1 extra person in your room per day, so it can just sort of plan on no more than 4 chairs or whatever. But that's what that looks like. Because we went down to 7 panels, I just had a few to roll over to the makeup week on that Tuesday, but it's only 4 panels. Okay, moving on. We updated the rubric and the assignment sheet. Firstly, we just added time constraints in. I mean, if you saw one that was 2.5 minutes, it definitely felt like it lacked some substance. So I said between 5 and 10. I saw one that was around 5 minutes, and I felt like they could have dug in a little bit more, but it didn't feel like they rushed or that we didn't have a clear picture of their defense or whatever. But I do feel like longer than 10, they're just going to be dragging that out. I am open to other people's opinions, though, so let me know. I did throw in there, too, just to be professional appearance and manner. Okay, so one thing we figured out, I think most of us felt, was that all that quality work stuff for figuring out how quality an artifact wasn't particularly interesting for the defender or the panelists. What we really needed to do, or what we really wanted to see, was defenders digging into the artifacts and really explicating what they were and what they got out of it. So what I've done in the expectations is try to design it so that they just have to dig into the artifacts. So instead of all that criteria on how good of an artifact is it, we have these questions. What is the artifact? Explain it in detail. Read it, or some of it if you can. If you saw a defense where a kid read some of an essay, a paper, a report, it always felt pretty good. So we want to support that. The guiding questions are, which artifacts are you proud of and how have they prepared you for the future? So question 2 is, why are you proud of it? Why is this the thing that you picked, right? 3, in what ways did the creation of this artifact help you become, and then whatever essential skill? How did it help you become a prepared and resilient learner? How did it help you become an effective communicator, an emerging innovator, a productive collaborator? In what ways did the creation of this artifact help prepare you for the future? And that is the second part of the guiding questions, right? So they will need to do that for each of the 3 artifacts, which again is reflected in this assignment sheet. All the changes in the rubric just represent the changes in the assignment sheet. Intro, ACT stuff's basically the same. I included a little bit of more direction about ACT scores on the assignment sheet. But here on the artifact sections, it talks about them answering each of those 4 questions. I've made a little cheat sheet that I put in the form rubric to help you remember what those are when you're watching a panel. And then there's just a 7th section to reflect those other requirements. So time constraints and then just their professionalism. Here's that cheat sheet, and you'll be able to see it. Let me get back to the beginning of this thing. Okay, so this time around, what's your last name, what's your first name? You, the panelist, mostly because we are going to have people from outside of the building to see some of these. It would be nice just to have them reflected in what their role is in the data. Defender's last name, first name. And here we have this question cheat sheet. So here are the 4 questions that we're looking for. We want them to be answered for each of the artifacts. So when you're looking at the rubric, you can just remember what the heck they are. Rubric's basically the same, except we have a 7th section down here for other requirements. Comments and feedback. So I did get all the comments and feedback to the defenders. It would not be an efficient process to do for the whole building, so I'm trying to work that out. Still, though, the more comments I had, the better it felt returning it to them, if that makes sense. Like if I had like 3 solid sections of like feedback and praise and critiques, even, like it felt nice returning that to the kids. So I support you writing something there. Okay. All right. We're going to put everything through Classroom. I did the first time, but it was just my class. What I've done this time is I've added all of you and the senior CAT teachers. That's going to allow us to assign the work inside Classroom. I'm going to assign a blank slideshow in the assignment so that when the time comes for a student to defend, you can pull up their slideshow on your screen if you want to. You will have that capability, which you didn't the first time, which I think is going to be really helpful. I can show you what the first round looked like. Their scores. Again, this will not be efficient for the whole school, unless somebody helped me, I guess, or a little army of people helped me. But if we go in here and we open up, sure. Okay. So we just averaged their scores, filled out the rubric, just filled in the boxes for their scores, pasted in their comments, put their score down here at the bottom, and then sent it on back, which we can all admit looks really nice. Okay, I think that's everything I have right now. If anyone actually watches all of this, that's amazing. I know it's probably too long and a bit unreasonable. Okay, thanks.